it's cold. Had to break a pocket and the hot hands out here. We've seen 9 deer so far. 1 buck. 8, 9-pointer, whatever you want to call him. We see about every set. So. The bucks should be on their feet. I mean, this is a perfect morning. So. The issue is we had some cows come through. So, gonna be stirred up here a little bit. Maybe things will settle back down. They pushed the buck and that 2 does out. That doe kind of looked like she might have been fixing to come in. So, never know when they first come in, man. They can be bucks from all around come in. So. Stick with us. Hi guys. November the 12th. It is 1:45. As y'all seen, we had some just torrential downpour yesterday. Got stuck out here in it. And I about got stuck on this side of the creek. I had to end up taking my boots off and barefoot wading across the creek, and it was still up over my knees. So that was an experience to say the least. This morning we come back over here and check the trail camera. A few small bucks and some does in here, which is good. They're coming back to the corn finally, but just didn't see the big deer. So I checked the creek, it was still up. I probably could have made it across, but it was right at that iffy point to where I may have to take my boots off again. So I just went ahead and went and hunted with Heath, took a stand with me and hung one behind him. Had a pretty good set. We seen, I think, 11 deer while I was there, 8 does and 3 bucks. Small ones, but still, it was a good set to say the least. It was cold this morning, real cold after sitting in 80-degree weather for 4 or 5 days. Get down there to 39, 40 degrees, and that's a pretty big difference. Anyhow, 11 o'clock I come out of the stand. Heath stayed in. I went to the hotel room to take care of some paperwork and got me some lunch, and now I'm back in the stand. Just got everything set back up, got my bow ready. Jumped some deer coming in. None of them blew, but I jumped 4 or 5 deer, and they actually pushed on back this way. So I think they might loop back around. Not sure if they were does or bucks. Like I said, I don't know, but I did jump them and they pushed on back into the property, so I think it put them closer to this setup. Other than that, I'm gonna tuck in and settle down for a couple hours, just see what happens. Get me some limit shield on, cover any scent I may have, and hopefully something comes through. Not got any hopes on a giant buck here. If I can get a 130's better, I'm probably gonna take it. And I don't even know if I'll get that opportunity over here. We're just not seeing anything on cameras. Talked to the guy beside of us that killed MJ. His dad killed MJ. He said that was the only good buck they had on camera, and their cameras are just not showing them anything right now. So I don't know what phase we're in. I can't tell if these does have been bred or if they're still to come in. But hoping there's still some of these does are in here that haven't been bred, and they're getting ready to come in the heat, and they pull some more bucks in. I know there's more around here. I just haven't got any pictures of them. Freshen up my scrape with some Black Widow. I'm gonna spray some here to cover some of my scent. So anyhow, we'll hang loose, see what we can see. It's literally almost 12 o'clock. I've had to run cows
cows off twice. So, Justin's gone. He went back over to our lease property, see if he could get back across the creek. Been a fairly productive morning. Just small bucks, so I think we've seen 11, 12 deer total. 3 of which were bucks. Seen 8-point, 3-point and a spike. Based off of trail camera pictures, we do feel more confident that this is more of an evening spot. Just based off of the pictures that we've gotten. We've got Lefty and Bullwinkle both in here in the evening. We had Bullwinkle in here in the evening on the 5th of November. Of course, it's the 12th now, so it's been 7 days ago. And then we had Lefty in here night before last, around midnight. So we're gonna set tight and set all day. Hopefully, don't have to run cows off again. And see what. Like I said, had that been a big bug this morning, those cows would have run it for me. So hope we don't have to do that again. But anyway, we'll give it about 30 minutes, probably eat us some lunch here in the tree, and we might shed a little bit of clothes. I don't know, it's still pretty chilly, but we may have to shed a few layers, not many. This is the best weather we've had since we've been here. I think the high today is like 57, which is, I know it seems high. Whenever you've had 80-degree evenings sitting up here in Crocs, it's a pretty significant temperature drop. So, anyway, stick with us. Hopefully we can get a big one going down this evening. Or this afternoon would be even better. close to me the first time. There was another buck that come in and he circled down on him. He come back up and I shot. I don't know if I hit him or not. It sounded like I hit, but he had his tail tucked. Please, Lord, please let me hit that deer. That may be one of my biggest. It was thick. I had to do something. The deer blew. He was fixing to take off back after that doe, and it was now or never. I couldn't even get my... I hit something. I don't know what I hit, and his tail was tucked. What I'm gonna do... get down. I'm gonna go over here and see if I can find an arrow. And pray there's blood on it. Please, Lord Jesus, please.
He just killed a giant, he said, maybe his biggest buck yet. He said he was out there at like 50 yards. He's not sure if he got it on film. But, I think this is awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, proud of him. Hopefully, he said he got good red blood on his arrow, so hopefully it's a good shot. If it's red blood, it don't sound like it's gonna be a gut shot, so I think we might be all right. 50 yards, that's a poke. Good job, dude. But he said it is a giant. Said he come in with a doe, so I'm probably gonna start packing up here in just a minute, and yeah, I'm gonna pack up here in just a minute, and I'm gonna head over that way, and we're gonna go track down a deer. Yes, yes, yes. That makes it all worth it. I'm gonna give a nice little grunt sequence here. Good job, Heath. Holler Ridge Outdoors, baby. We're gonna go get us a deer tonight. Come on, baby. That's good. We'll go over there tomorrow and I'll shoot that 8-pointer. No doubt. Yes. Good job, Heath. I'm so stoked. Alright, I'm gonna turn this off for a minute. It's 4:18. If I ain't seen nothing before 4:45, I'm packing up.
Alright guys, it's November the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, unfortunately.
That's not good. Hold on.
Whoa, wow. We set this up under here.
Hold it while we hit this bump right here.
Dad, my
Hold that while we hit this bump. I gotta watch for these colors. This is a terrible place to pull out.
Got one right here, I think you go.
Rock here. Alright. I'd say just go ahead. I'm gonna hold it here just in case.
Alright guys, it's November 13th, and which is Friday the 13th, which is not ideal by any means, but we'll run you back through a little bit of what happened. So last night shot a really good buck, arrow covered in bright red blood, tracked blood for 50-60 yards from the shot, and then it got very sparse. We actually didn't find any more blood, and we tried not to walk around a great whole lot, just to prevent maybe pushing this deer. So we got in contact with a guy that's going to be bringing his dog out and see if we cannot get this dog to pick up where this deer's at, and recover this buck. He's a good deer, and that's the reason we're kind of taking these precautions to get a dog's nose on it versus a set of eyes, and see if we can't recover this thing. It's been a long night. We were actually going to do this last night, and the guy called back and said he felt better about letting the deer lay overnight. So worst case, we don't find him. I hope that's not the case. And then the other thing may be, if we do find him, the coyotes may have got to him, but got a real good taxidermist, so I'm not real concerned with that, as long as we can get the horns. So that's where we're at. So
it was cold enough last night that if he did lay down and we end up finding him, the meat's not going to go to waste.
Right.
It was low 40s. I'm down into I think the mid 30s this morning. So
yeah,
the meat will be fine.
And we're also gonna typically, guys, and I'll just be honest with you, probably have some hates here, but we come to Ohio to shoot a good buck.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for the meat. Now, we do donate the meat to a local charity group here, but we come up here to horn hunt. I mean, I'll just be straight honest with you. That's why we come to Ohio. So we can shoot does and shoot small bucks and stuff like that back at home in Tennessee, but we come up here to get an opportunity at a deer like I had an opportunity at last night. So just keep your fingers crossed. Justin's going to be taking you along on the adventure. I just got a text from the guy, said he'd be here in about 30 minutes. It's calling for some spotty rain, spotty showers. Looks very clouded, but hopefully it's not enough to hurt anything. I don't know. Like I say, there's so many variables that sit here and play through my mind overnight. Didn't sleep very well, and it's just part of it. So hopefully we get in here and this buck's, I know this is easier said than done, but maybe this buck's laying right there and we just didn't see him last night. I don't know. We're thinking liver shot.
Yeah.
Maybe clipped the lung. I don't know. Didn't really see any bubbles, which if it just clipped the lung, you know, I may not have a great big ordeal with bubbles, but I posted a thing on the Ohio Deer Hunter group, and a lot of people there, almost every response I got back was liver shot, and that's kind of what we were thinking, thick, bright red blood. So anyway, we'll see you once we get on the trail here, and be bringing you some more footage of hopefully a big recovery here.
Okay. Well, look. Can I find it? Yeah, find it.
You good?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, guys. So we've searched for this thing for nearly 2 hours and just never was bleeding good enough. So we appreciate Nick and Marla for coming out and helping us try to find this thing. Justin and myself's gonna look a couple more places we hadn't looked yet, and maybe never know, maybe he's laying there, but we'll keep you guys posted.
Not the interview you want to do, is it?
Alright guys, it's 3:17. I've been looking for this deer for 4.5, 5 hours and nothing. So we've looked at about every place I know to look. Combed it, grid searched it, put dogs on it. The deer bled really good for about, I don't know, between 60, 80 yards, maybe a little further than that, I don't know. And then blood quit. We found one more little speck of blood across the fence on the top. He had jumped a little, wasn't very high,
Just a little electric fence.
yeah, 3-foot fence maybe. So that's where we're at. Pretty much at a loss for words. I feel I'm still convinced the deer's dead. Just don't know he's not on this property dead. So about it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it was a lethal liver shot. It just don't make sense why the blood quit. Maybe I could understand it going uphill. But I mean, it went to an absolute just nothing. Went from good blood to literally just stopped. Don't know if intestines or stomach or something had plugged that up when he was walking up a hill. I think he's dead, but like I told Heath, if it was a liver shot, and probably was, you're looking at 3 to 4 hours possibly for that deer to die, and he may have been, you never know, they're tough animals. He may have realized he was hurt and said, I'm gonna go home. Something ain't right, I'm going home. And I don't think he lived on this property. We've never got a picture of him. We've been running cameras for 3 months. I think that deer went to where he was from, his core area. Whether that's the next farm over or whether it's a quarter mile that way, I think that's what he's done. And we just didn't have enough signs showing us, where he was going. Sucks. Absolutely sucks. That was probably would have been the biggest buck you'd ever killed. I mean, in all reality.
Yeah, he was a giant. I don't know, like I say, maybe buzzards. I don't know. We'll have to see. And the percentage of finding him now is pretty much nothing. So that's where we're at. So I like I say, I hate it, but it was one of those deals. He knew I was there, and he presented one shot, and it really wasn't a good shot at that. And I don't think that deer would have been back through this area. He was with a doe, and I think that's the only reason we seen him anyway. So, anyway, appreciate you for watching.
Be sure to subscribe, like a video. This was a tough one. I'm sure some of you guys have been through it, but anyhow, we'll carry on, and hopefully bigger and better things will come from it. See you guys.